Hey everybody, it's Aaron Norris with the Norris Group. It is June 30th. We are going to be closed Monday and Tuesday, so happy July 4th a little bit early. And mainly this question is for realtors. If you got an offer with somebody using Home Savi, what would you think? And would you be willing to work with this offer? That and much more as we cover the biggest headlines in real estate. Don't miss the radio show and podcast this week. If you've been listening over the last about a month, you can hear that we're slowly renovating our California-only investor series, specifically the buying system course. Every strategy comes with its pros and cons, especially as it relates to the California marketplace and how things are changing. So this week we're covering, actually the next 2 weeks we're covering auctions and how that changes over time and depending on what quadrant we're in. So you won't want to miss our interview with Randy and Mike Grigg. They talk about how they got into the auction business, how the market has changed that, important roles that auctions play in the different markets, and what kind of auctions you need to know to get in the business. That and much more on the radio show and podcast. The latest S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller Index shows home prices continue their upward trend year over year, coming in at 5.5% increase in April. The National Association of Realtors reported a 0.8% decrease in pending home sales month over month and 1.7% year over year. Freddie Mac reported mortgage rates decreased again with a new low. 30-year rates are now at 3.88% and 15-year rates are at 3.17, oh so close to the 2% territory. And the median home price in the U.S. came in at $253,000 in the second quarter. It's least affordable in 9 years. Both the National Multifamily Housing Council and the National Apartment Association released their latest data showing where it is too expensive to build new homes despite the need for more new properties. Rents are hot, and in some areas building just doesn't make sense. San Francisco made the list, and it's hard to believe that it made number 8. The worst by far, Honolulu, Hawaii. I can't believe New York also made the list but was all the way down to number 10. 52% of renters think now is not a good time to buy, and that's down from last year when it was at 62%. The issue? The market is HOT, leaving them feeling the market is moving too fast and it's just not a good time to buy. For those who already own a home, 80% say now is a great time to buy, and 71% say now is a good time to sell. Well, of course, you already own one. Let's talk about the deal of the week. A Manhattan condo is up for sale at a foreclosure auction and is worth only $50.9 million. It belongs to a Nigerian businessman who is accused, along with several other people, of defrauding the Nigerian government just a cool $1.8 billion. The Nigerian Federal High Court issued a freeze on assets tied to the buyer, which include yachts, 3 jet planes, 58 cars, and luxury homes in New York, LA, and London. The condo occupies the entire 79th floor of 157. What do you think it'll fetch? Looking for some more ideas on direct mail? I was featured in a Fit Small Business article this last week with several other authors that are investors talking about yellow letters. I get yellow letters all the time on my rentals, and I'm always surprised that they're always the exact same format and almost the exact same letter, like no creativity, nothing. So I like this article because it's a collection from different people talking about what works, tips on getting sellers to open things, picking the right audience for the letters, because that's really important, and even technology that can help automate the process and make it look more legit. So your homework for the assignment for this week is check out that article, but I also want you to go on YouTube and look up Max Writer. For those of you who have never seen an auto pen tool, I want you to see how it works. The government took control of Fannie and Freddie way back in 2008, and their fate has been a little bit in limbo, and nothing much has really happened since. Lots of talk, no action. Well, 2 U.S. Senators Corker and Warner have presented a bill that would split up the 2 mortgage finance giants and divide them into smaller companies, creating more competition. The hopes is by dividing the multifamily and single-family business for both companies, there'll be more competition. I'm a little suspect of this, like 4 government-controlled agencies that both need their own buildings. More details need to come out because I'm just not buying it. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of a better job featuring some disruptors and the technology space specifically as it comes to real estate. So I want you to meet Home Savi. And the concept is simple. You choose an offer package from a single offer that's going to cost you $149 to get started, up to a gold package, which will allow the system for you to deliver 10 different offers. So if you're in a really hot market, that'll be a good idea because you're probably not going to win out on all of them. So this is a little bit of a hybrid self-serve model. So you as the buyer need to go out and do your research on Realtor.com and Zillow, somehow get into an open house or work through the seller agent to get in to view the property. And this system is really only going to help you with the paperwork of submitting an offer, the counter offers, some of the, I don't even know if the negotiating is really there, and just helping you with all the escrow and stuff. And once you complete the offer, you pay $499 on an accepted offer through the purchase. Now, based on a 2.5% commission structure, the savings could be substantial, especially if you're dealing in higher end markets like along the coast of California. Home Savi is based in Santa Barbara, California, and they tout partners like DocuSign and Stripe. So my biggest concern is that buyers are really forced to use online tools, and this company owns none of them. So they're taking place of other structures like Zillow and Realtor.com that take a lot of money. Realtors are investing in those and providing the data. So it seems just a little bit like you're that freeloader that nobody likes. My second concern is a lot of buyers need hand-holding. This might really work for investors who really know what they're doing, but if you're just trying to be a homeowner to save a few $1,000s going through this process, I think they're going to have to lean a lot more on the seller's agent, which really isn't fair if they're not making any extra commission. So my question for you realtors out there, if you got an offer from somebody using the Home Savi system, what would you think? Would you give it equal weight? Would you be willing to accept it? And if they started to ask you for a little bit more help than you're used to delivering to a seller, would you do it? If you're on YouTube, please leave a comment below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a beat. If you're on Facebook, please don't forget to not only like the Norris Group page, but don't forget to add us to your See First list and with notifications on. Leave your comments below the video, and if we missed something, share the story on our comment sections on either YouTube or Facebook, and we'll make sure to include it on our blog at thenorrisgroup.com/blog. Upcoming events with the Norris Group, we'd love to see you out and about all over California. July 11th, we're going to be in Los Angeles at Prosperity Through Real Estate, doing a one-on-one interview with Steve Love and Bruce Norris. August 16th, 10 life-changing days of a real estate investor, and we're going to be doing that for Invest Club in Orange County. September 14th, the same talk, we're up at SJREI, and then 2 days later doing Cashing In on a Boom. This is our Quadrant 4 one-day seminar, pulling all the information and the strategies on what's happening right now in the market and strategies you should be focusing on as a real estate investor to make money in the California market. So you won't want to miss that. And then, of course, next week we are going to do our official launch of I Survive Real Estate. We are already 90% committed, so if you plan on attending, you better know somebody who has a table and that you could sit there, or you need to buy a ticket as soon as possible. We are thinking we're going to sell out pretty quick this year. So for more information on hard money lending, you can check out thenorrisgroup.com, find out more information about our fix and flip, buy and hold, and new construction program starting at just 6.9%. And yes, we are lending now in Sacramento, so check that out. Or if you want more information on passive investing with trust deeds, check out tngtrustdeeds.com. With that, happy 4th of July weekend. Hope you have a great and safe weekend, and we'll see you next week.